So we'll start in a comfortable seat. I'm going to sit up on a block, whatever lets you feel that the hips are nice and sturdy. There's a length along the thread of the spine, and the heart, the shoulders, the head, everything's nice and buoyant. So take a few moments to arrange yourself. And then go ahead and close down the eyes. Taking the first few moments to dial into the sensation of your breath. And just notice what's vibrating here at the top of practice. Is it a sense of the heartbeat? Are there any sounds that surround you? Just notice what's vibrating. And then deepen the sensation of your breath. And as you deepen the breath, notice where it resides in the physical body. Is it the lungs that expand when you breathe in, or the belly? Do you register the breath in the front of the body or in the back? And then within that task, notice what's vibrating. And then take a big breath into full, hold on full, sip, sip, sip in a little more breath and energy, and sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale all the way to full, hold on full, sip, 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 more energy, and sigh it out through the mouth. Do that once more, please. Drawing the hands to touch at the heart. Setting a dedication for yourself and perhaps the earth. And we'll open today's practice with the sound of peace. Take a breath in and a breath out. And inhale to chant Om. Slowly flutter open the eyes. Hands start at prayer at the heart center, heart awakening Kriya. We take a gentle inhale, hands are at heart center. Another little inhale, hands are at the level of the shoulders. And a full exhale as you push from the root of the heart out through the palms and all 10 fingers. So it's inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And if you fall off, just join us when you can. All right, and we'll begin. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Find your rhythm. Option to close down the eyes and settle your attention, settle your drishti at the root of the heart, the space between the shoulder blades in the back body. We initiate the physical movement from the root of the heart. Powerful breaths in and in, full breaths out. Make the movements sharp, even though you work towards fatigue within the repetition. We're halfway there. Fifteen more seconds. Dig in. Your next exhale, hold the hands out. Press from the root of the heart. Spread the fingertips wide, as if two walls are trying to crash in on us from side to side. Press powerfully out through the palms. We're here for 5, breathing. 4, 3, 2, reach up, big breath in, palms touch. Full breath out, hands to heart. Close down the eyes. Notice what's vibrating. Slowly flutter open the eyes, interlace the fingers, first finger, right finger on top. Press through the palms, sit back into the hammock of the shoulders. Option to drop the chin down onto the chest, just enough abdominal support for the low back. Press powerfully even through the palms as if the shoulder blades could spread wider. 3 more breaths here. Maintain the bind, sit up tall. See if we can draw the arms in alignment with the ears. If the shoulders are tight, bend in the elbows. Pull in through the front rim of the ribs. Notice this settles the pelvis down into space. And as you press up through the palms, the rising energy, the pranavayu, really sit and sink down into the sits bones, the grounding force, the apanavayu. Like a piece of taffy, we're pulling the thread of the spine in opposite directions. Rising energy, pranavayu. Rooting energy, apanavayu. 3 more breaths here. Hands come to the tops of the shoulders, elbows wing out a little higher than the armpits, If that's uncomfortable for the wrists, you have the option to interlace the fingers behind the base of the head and the neck. If that's not working for your shoulders, hands can be at the level of the heart. Sit up nice and tall through the wick of the spine here. We begin to pivot like a washing machine around the fulcrum of the spine. I recommend you close down the eyes, and then through the nostrils, you'll inhale as you go left and exhale as you spin right. Root down through the sits bones, the pelvis stays heavy. The rotation is out of the heart. You'll inhale as you go left and exhale as you go right. Sharp breaths in and out the nose. Inhale left, exhale right. Once you find your comfortable pace, option to add a little more speed to it. Find your new working edge. You're halfway there. Keep the elbows lifted, higher than the armpits if it's available. "15 seconds left. Hands stay where they are. Come to neutral. Lift the elbows high. Breathe in. Hold on full. Sip in more air and energy. Exhale, release the hands to the thighs. Notice what's vibrating. Settle back into the breath as if riding the waves of those vibrations. The breath is buoyant. The breath is full, in and out through the nostrils. If Bandha is in your practice, apply Mula Bandha and maintain Mula Bandha for the remainder of our physical exploration. All yogis, jawbone is soft, tongue is soft. And just find that buoyant, rhythmic breath in and out. We'll meet on hands and knees. If the wrists are tender, feel free to roll up the front edge of your sticky mat for support. Palms are as wide as possible. Fingers web as wide as possible. Tops of the toes on the mat, slide the knees to touch. Root Kriya, you press through the tops of the feet as we drop the hips from side to side. Draw the navel in and up to support the low back. Arms are neutral, shoulders slide out of the ears. Over time, you may roll over onto the knife edges of the feet and pick an arm up, working towards a balance challenge. So either variation, hips drop, or hips and arms reach. Option to close down the eyes for a greater balance challenge. We're here for about 30 seconds. I always invite you to take a rest. You can add or subtract within the posture exploration. If you have binds, take them. If you have an alternative shape that your body's craving, take it. About 15 more seconds wherever you're working. We'll meet in fire toes, curling through the toes, fingertips walk back towards the knees. Reach around, make sure that the pinky toe and its neighbors are separated and pressing into the earth. Option 1, fingertips are on the mat. Option 2, you sit up tall, shoulders over hips, and just follow that wick of the spine. Notice its length from tail feathers to crown. Soften the jawbone and the tongue. Interlace the fingers, this time left first finger on top. Press through the palms, lean into the hammock of the shoulders. Feel them spread wide. Option to drop the chin onto the chest. 3 more breath cycles here. Stick with it. Standing up on the knees, untuck the toes, reach the palms for the heavens. Root through the tops of the feet now. And lean back. As I'm rooting through the tops of the feet, you'll feel the quads light up. Resist the urge to squeeze in the glutes. One long line of energy from the knees to the heart, from the heart to the palms. Maybe look up. 3 more breaths. On the exhale, sweep the hands to the earth. Walk forward onto hands and knees. Keep rooting through the tops of the feet as you bend the elbows and lower the heart all the way to the earth. Shalimbasana variation. Spread the feet wide. Point through the toes and lift the legs high. Keep pointing through the toes. Notice what wakes up on the front body. And then float the palms just an inch off the mat. The elbows are gently hugging towards the ribs. The shoulder blades are sliding towards the hips. Back of the neck is nice and long. See if you can pluck the head out of the heart. A little more length. 5 more seconds. Keep breathing. Forearm plank. Forearms hit the mat. First level, curl through the toes, knees stay down on the mat, lift the hips. If you have a comfortable forearm plank, press through the heels, lifting the knees off the mat. Wherever you're working, slide the weight forward and back just a little bit. Fingertips to toes, and fingertips to toes. Resist the urge to let the belly hang out here. Nice confident core. 3 more seconds wherever you're working. Hips hit the ground. Shalimbasana variation. Lengthen the legs, point through the toes. Slide the hands back towards the ribs and float them off the mat just an inch. Seasoned practitioners, option to reach up and out, palms facing up. No consternation in the shoulders or the neck. We're here for 10 more seconds, breathing. Find another lane of strength. Palms hit the mat, option to push up into full plank pose. Hands and knees is another option, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. So first downward dog of today's practice, pedal out the feet powerfully. Plant through the palms, hollowing out the armpits. Bring some attention to the wick of the spine. Feel the pelvis float high. Pranavayu, rising energy. And the oppositional force of the feet and the hands rooting down to the earth. The Apanavayu. Settle the heels into the mat. 3 breaths in stillness. Notice what's vibrating. Pop up onto the fingertips if you're able. Pop up onto the toes and walk the feet to meet the hands. Stay up onto the toes if you can. Bend the knees just a little bit. Nice buoyant hips. Option to pull hands to prayer at the heart center, up on your toes if you can swing it. We're here for 5. Buoyant hips. 4. 3. Spacious heart. 2. Utkatasana. Drop the heels, bend the knees, drop the hips. Sweep the arms up and out. Palms facing up. Settle as much weight into the heels as you can so you can lift and spread all 10 toes. Once you lift the toes, bring your attention to the mounds. Find the big toe mound, find the pinky toe mound. Hug the thighs energetically together. Pull the shins further forward. Let the pelvis drop heavy towards the earth. Release the toes, interlace fingers behind you, Yoga Mudra. Forward fold over the thighs. Let the wrists hover over the crown of the head. You can bend the knees if the hamstrings are tight. You can take hands to elbows if this bind is not available. We're here for 5 more breaths. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sit back in space. When the heart lifts, release the bind, reach forward and up with the hands, and then come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Close down the eyes, bring your attention to the wick of the spine, and notice what's vibrating. Surya Namaskar A variations. From a comfortable stance, reach for the heavens, big breath in. Bend the knees and the elbows as you roll to fold, exhale. Reverse course, stand tall, breathe in, reach for the heavens. Bend the knees and elbows, exhale, forward fold. Once more, inhale, reverse course, reach for the heavens. Exhale, forward fold. Pause here, hands to elbows an option. Hastapada is an option, sliding the palms underneath the feet, toes to wrist creases. 3 more breath cycles. Mula Bandha stays intact. Plank pose, plant the palms, step back 1 leg. Opposite leg, option to drop the knees, flip onto the tops of the feet as you bend the elbows and lower all the way down. Shalabhasana variation, lift the legs, point through the toes. Slide the hands back towards the ribs and lift the palms 2 inches off the mat. Option to reach forward and up, extending the arms at the level of the ears, palms facing up. See what you can lift off the mat powerfully. We're here for 10 more seconds. Keep breathing. Forearm plank, option to take knees down variation. Curl through the toes, hips lift. Wherever you're working, pulse the weight forward and back towards the fingertips, towards the heels, towards the fingertips, towards the heels. We're here for 10. Strong breath. Hips hit the ground, palms face the mat, option to press to plank, hands and knees, or downward facing dog. Notice what's vibrating. Pop up onto fingertips, pop up onto toes, walk the feet to meet the hands. Try to keep the hips nice and high, up on the toes if you can swing it. Bend the knees if you must. Breathe. The collarbone is bright. Fill up the back body with the breath. Option to take Hands to heart center, balance challenge. We're here for 5. Utkatasana, bend the knees, plant the heels, drop the hips as you reach forward and up. Option to roll back up onto the toes. We're here for 5. Steady the breath. Meeting in Tadasana, release the hands, close down the eyes, notice what's vibrating. Notice where there's gripping and holding. Encourage the muscles to soften over bone. Interlace the fingers behind the root of the head. Elbows start wide, right to left. Give the fingers a little squeeze and pull. Notice which back body muscles light up under the shoulder blades and down the wick of the spine. Keep that gentle tugging as you start to hug the elbows in, as if the wingspan itself could broaden across your back body. Press the head into the hands for support. Shift the weight into the left leg, hug the right knee up into your heart. You can bend the standing leg a little bit for support. The hips and the heart and the spine move as one unit, sending the right leg behind you and the heart forward. Extend the leg, warrior 3 variation. Keep pressing the head into the hammock of the hands. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, step way back, warrior 2, open the arms wide and settle in. All right, Vinny Yoga, inhale, reverse warrior, top arm reaches back. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. So just find your rhythm here. Option to close down the eyes for the balance challenge. And smooth out the breath. We're halfway there. Meeting in a reverse triangle, both legs extend. Left arm reaches up and back. Just drop the head into the bottom shoulder here. Find a long line of energy from the toes to the fingertips. 3 more breaths. Sweeping the hips and the arms forward, pop up onto the back toes. Crescent lunge variation. You can definitely hop the back foot in a little bit if your warrior legs are wider than your lunge stance. On an exhale, you hug the elbows back, shift the weight, kick the leg forward. On the inhale, step back into your buoyant lunge. As you exhale, kick the leg forward, draw the elbows back. As you inhale, settle into your lunge. Now, I've never tried it with eyes closed, but feel free if you've got a sturdy balance practice. Inhale to step back. Exhale to kick forward. I know it's a lot of work on that left leg. You've got 10 seconds left. After your next kick, we'll settle into Tadasana, mountain pose. Close down the eyes. Notice what's vibrating. It's the practice of focus itself, settling into Drishti, that eradicates the monkey mind. It is the practice of focus itself, application of Drishti, that eradicates the monkey mind. All right, let's try the other side. Interlace the fingers, left first finger on top. Find the cradle of the head. Give the fingers a little squeeze as if you pull the arms away from each other. Notice what wakes up in the back body. Maintain that activity as you slowly start to draw the elbows towards each other. Press the head into the cradle of the hands. Settle the weight over into the right leg. Hug the left knee into your heart. The wick of the spine stays nice and long as you tip forward in the heart and reach back with that leg, warrior 3 variation. Keep pressing the hands and the head against each other for support. Point out through those toes. We're here for 5. Big breaths. Step way back with control, warrior 2, opening wide. Settle in. Vinyasa, inhale, reverse warrior, top arm reaches up and back. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm hits the thigh. Press powerfully through the feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Find your rhythm. Option to close down the eyes for the balance challenge. Mula Bandha stays intact. We're halfway there. Ten more seconds. Meeting in reverse triangle, both legs lengthen, right arm sweeps to the heavens. Drop your back ear down to the shoulder. Find as much length as you can from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. Smooth out the breath. High lunge variation, sweep the hands and the hips forward. Option to hop the back knee in just a bit. Root through the front heel. It's high lunge as we breathe in. Exhale, kick the leg forward, draw the elbows back. Inhale, land lightly. Exhale to extend and reach. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale to stand and kick. Find your rhythm. Option to soften the gaze or close down the eyes. Using the art of repetition to focus the mind. Ten more seconds. After your next kick, settle into mountain pose. Close down the eyes. Notice what's vibrating. Mula Bandha stays intact. Use the breath to inflate the back body. Pluck the head out of the heart and the heart out of the hips. Ground from the hips, down the legs, through the feet, and into the earth. And return to your dedication and intention. Join me for the sound of Om. Take a breath in and out. Inhale to chant. Inhale, reach for the heavens. Bend the knees and the elbows as you exhale and forward fold. We'll pause here now, fingertips on the mat. Let the head hang heavy. Fingertips, if you can hack it, step to plank or hands and knees. And lower all the way to the earth. Shalabhasana variation. Spread the legs. Point out through the toes, slide the hands back towards the hips, and then float them. Elbows hug in. Option to reach forward and up, extending the arms. We're here for 10. Keep breathing. Five seconds. And we'll meet in child's pose. Wide-legged child's pose might suit you. Option to wrap the arms around the legs, reaching for the feet, forehead on the mat. Three more breaths in child's pose. And then we'll meet back in a comfortable seat. Option to use props. You can settle into a blanket or a block underneath you for support. All right, Kriya to eradicate suffering. This comes from the Laya Yoga tradition. Sa, ta, na, ma is the chant. Sa, you tap first finger to thumb. Sa, middle finger, sa, ta. Na, ring finger, ma. So it's sa, ta, na, ma. Start with the first finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. Palms face up on the legs. You start with the first finger, and we'll chant. You join in with me. Take a breath in and a breath out. Starting with the first finger, we begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. First finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Keep going. Close down the eyes and draw your awareness to the midbrain. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, na. Now whispers. Now in your mind. Now whispers. Full voice. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, na. Once more. Sa, ta, na, ma. Draw the hands to touch at the heart. Notice what's vibrating. Fingertips stay connected as you pull the palms apart, like an orb at the level of the heart. Option to flutter open the eyes, but keep the gaze nice and soft, as if you're holding an orb of energy here in the hands. Satali breath. You'll inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. Then inhale through the mouth as if you're pulling in through a straw. And out through the nose. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. And in through the mouth. And out through the nose. And in through the nose, and out through the mouth, and in through the mouth, and out through the nose. Keep going. attentive to what's vibrating as you maintain the task. Two more minutes. The next time you exhale through the nose, surrender the hands, stacking the palms at the level of the pelvis, thumbs come to touch. Close down the eyes and draw the attention to the midbrain. Observe. Take your awareness into the physical body. The body in a comfortable seat. Notice the body breathing. Notice the body vibrating. Seek out the physical space that the body sits in. Awareness of the walls, if there are any. Notice the floor. Notice the ceiling, if there is one. And come back to the physical body. Notice the physical body sitting in space. Notice its breath. Notice what's vibrating. Seek out the physical space that the body sits in. Go wider. What's beyond the walls, the ceiling, and the floor. Use sounds as an anchor if there are any. How far away from the physical body can you seek? Seek out in all directions, behind you, side to side, above and below. Go as far out as you can. And then make your way back to the physical body. Absorbing all the attentiveness back into the physical body. Notice its breath. Notice what's vibrating. And then draw your attention into the midbrain, the cathedral of the mind. Notice the spaciousness. And settle all of your attention into the midbrain. And observe. Take a big breath in and a sighing breath out. Draw the hands to touch. Rub them together, waking back up. Fingertips to the face if you're willing to touch it. Gentle tapping across the facial mask. Just wake everything up. Wipe down each of the arms from the shoulder to the fingertips. Wipe down the front of the torso, the back body, down the legs, reconnecting in physical space. And drawing hands to touch at the heart. Honoring your dedication and intention one more time. Acknowledging the power of repetition to focus the mind. And the application of Drishti, focusing to ease suffering. We'll seal in this practice with the sound of peace. Take a breath in and out. And then inhale to chant. Peace be with you and yours. Blessed be, and namaste.